Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode with Dr. Latifa. I am so glad that you guys are here with me today. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be in your ears. I have another amazing episode for you guys today, and get ready because it is going to be fantastic. So, I am recording this at the end of April 2023, so I don't know when you're going to be listening to it. But I am recording this a couple of days before our book gets released, our book Done with Broke, A Woman Physician's Guide to More Money and Less Hustle. And I figured that since you guys are all here with me hanging out and you're in suspense and cannot wait for the book to come out, I want to give you guys a little bit of a not a cheat sheet, but more as a pre-enjoyment, just as a way of saying thank you, and also just letting you know how much goodness is coming your way with the book. So today's episode is going to be me reading the beginning of the book, which is the introduction part. And okay, listen, y'all. I did the audiobook, so hopefully my reading is going to be the version of me that has had some training in how to read books to an audience. But what you get is what you get. Don't throw a fit, listen to the words, and know that it's coming from my heart to yours. So I dedicated this book to every woman physician that has tolerated less pay, less money. This is dedicated to you, to liberate you, to empower you, and to hear you row. You are worthy. You are born to be wealthy. Introduction. Let me tell you about Susan. Susan is an internal medicine physician in her 40s. She became a doctor because of her desire to serve. Growing up, service was a part of how you made a difference. She was raised in a middle income family who prioritized working hard. Her parents always told her, if you want to succeed, you have to work hard. But beyond her parents telling her to work hard, she doesn't remember having conversations about money at the dinner table. Now, with a family of her own, including 3 children, she finds herself struggling to balance her time and her checkbook. Susan sees a lot of pain and stress in the medical workplace. She sometimes works 80 hours a week or is called at 2 o'clock in the morning to take care of an emergency. There are days when she wishes she could just take a break. Working so many hours feels unsustainable. She's worried about burnout. She would like to cut down to working 4 days a week. The main factor stopping her is money. Yes, the M word. She's carrying multiple 6 figures of student loan debt. With her long hours, she feels guilty for not spending as much time as she'd like with her kids. So she pays for them to have the best of everything. Her parents are also pressuring her to support them as they reach retirement age. Thankfully, her paycheck comes in every 2 weeks, so she doesn't have to worry quite yet. Her bills and student loans will be taken care of, but she's not growing her wealth. It's hard for her to talk about her problems because how does she tell someone that she doesn't know much about money? She's tried looking up information in the past, but what she finds looks like a different language from a different planet. She wants to learn how to manage her finances better, privately, and safely. She wants a roadmap, but doesn't know where to seek it out. She knows if she could learn how to think differently about her money, things would change. She wants to be a physician and a good mom with financial security. She wants to have money and trust that she can have it, grow it, and use it. She knows that in order to have what she wants, she has to learn and make changes. She can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. She knows that she has to start. Does that sound familiar? Susan is a fictional character. She represents the stories of hundreds of thousands of women physicians. I was one of them too. I thought getting paid six figures was going to mean automatic wealth or at least comfort. But wealth didn't come automatically because no one taught me how to manage my money. At the start of my attendantship, I decided I was going to accept an employed position in academia or a large multi-specialist group. I knew this path would probably lead me on a one-way trip to being burnt out and disempowered. After all, during my residency, I had witnessed my attendants becoming burnt out by a system in which physician autonomy was increasingly lost. But with the debt I was carrying, I didn't feel like I had a choice. My net worth was very negative, and having a sense of secured income was very attractive. When the income came, I didn't quite know what to do with it. So instead of telling it what to do, I let it do what it wanted. Interestingly, my income did grow, but my net worth wasn't automatically increasing. It didn't feel like I thought multiple six-figure income was going to feel like. For most people, that may sound strange, but for physicians with multiple six figures in student debt, plus childcare and extended family financial responsibilities, it doesn't take a whole lot for that post-tax income to vapor away. It felt like the money was leaking out of my control. I was ready to feel successful. I started on my money journey to solve my own money problems and lack of financial literacy. I quickly found that most of the money spaces were not made with me in mind. In order to go from being broke to having money, I had to unlearn many things. I had to reset my money mindset from a poverty mindset to a wealth mindset. It was a messy process of learning. As I worked on solving my own money issues, I realized that I was not a unicorn. Money is simple. As doctors, we're smart, amazing, badass women who spend days solving complicated problems. Money does not have to be a complicated problem. The biggest hurdle is reframing our mindset. After that, the rest is simple. Medical training did an excellent job of teaching us clinical skills and puts us in the position to earn an income that's well above the average national income. However, we were not taught how to understand this income or how to see it as a seed that can grow into a tree. This has led to physicians living paycheck to paycheck or being easy targets from shiny suited, kind appearing salespeople that masquerade as financial advisors. I was actually surprised that once I got over my own brain drama, money wasn't complicated. It was easier than most classes I took in undergrad and medical school. My only wish was that I had learned this earlier. I could have traded another Krebs cycle memorization class for something as important and impactful as this. My money journey eventually led me to share the tips that I learned with other women physicians. After coaching hundreds of women physicians, I started seeing patterns that would eventually lead to wealth building. I began to see the key pillars that eventually became the core curriculum that I now teach women physicians. I may not be a finance expert, but I have found that the tools that work for me and other women physicians to get control of their finances. First, you change your mentality towards money and various aspects of wealth. You'll learn to follow your money to see where it is going. This includes both your spending and investments. Then you learn the basic foundational language of the stock market. If you can memorize so many biochemical pathways, pharmacology, and mechanisms of diseases, you can learn the language of money. Finally, you learn to diversify your investments in a way that's in line with your values, lifestyle, and goals. That's it. Just like the CEO of a company doesn't do every single thing herself, the same goes for money. However, when you are equipped with the core knowledge, you will be best suited to build, screen, and lead your team under the directorship as the badass woman that you are. So, in chapter 1, you'll learn how we got here. The culture of medicine and the systems of oppression have negatively impacted the world of money for women. When you understand and see it, it's impossible to unsee it. that is a good thing. Let it infuriate you. Let it lead to self-awareness, and then let's fix it. We're done banging our head against the wall in frustration. Just like when a car bumps into a wall, it doesn't keep driving into the wall. Instead, you disengage, reframe, and then re-engage in a different direction or intensity. In chapter 2, we will explore how your upbringing and family experiences impact your finances. We will explore both the intentional learning and the subconscious programming. All of this creates the foundation on which the rest of your money experiences lie. For immigrants and women who grew up in low socioeconomic households, seeing the ongoing effects of racism and sexism and how it relates to wealth, all of those factors will work together to determine our financial stories. How we are who we are today, how we think about wealth, how to spend, save, and have all of it. It is essential to pick what's serving your future and ditch the rest. But first, you have to unlearn, then learn. So, I am going to stop here because I think that you have to just read the book. You have to read the book, and it's going to be available for paper ordering starting May 2nd, which is coming up. And there's going to be an audiobook as well. I'm not exactly sure the date when that's going to be available, but it's going to be coming soon after. And my goal for this book is that it's going to change the game for you, as it has. The content has changed for me and the women physicians that I've had the privilege and honor of walking through this journey of money. Right? My goal is that it will infuriate you, will inspire you, and you will learn and you take actions from there. There is a worksheet that goes with this book that I'm sharing with those that buy the book. When you buy the book, you will find the instructions on how to get access to the free worksheet inside of the book. Okay. However, I'm also going to be going a step further. If you're listening to this, I am going to be having a book launch event, which I want you to come be a part of. I want to engage with you. I want to hang out with you. My book release also happens to be coming out on my birthday, May 2nd. So that cannot just go by without us having a big, fun, educational party, right? So I invite you. I want you to be my special guest. Come in there. It's a free event for women physicians. I'm theming it for women physicians. I want to break the mold because that is what I'm calling to action with this book. I'm calling us to live a life of rest, a life of wellness, a life of impact when we're not self-sacrificing because we think we have to die in order for bigger gains to be done. That is unnecessary, right? So I want you to have money. I want to equip you to become the force of nature that you are so that you can inspire changes, not just in medicine, but outside of medicine. So what this event is going to be, I will be teaching you the recipe that I believe we need for true financial freedom. And this is going to apply to you regardless of where you are in your money journey. If you're just starting, if you're in the middle, if you're like, okay, it's working, I'm making some moves, these are the tips that has helped me when I started in the middle and even where I am now, where I have the freedom to be able to live life and practice medicine on my terms. I'm currently on a year-long sabbatical with my family. We're traveling around the world, and I'm still using the same tools that I'm going to be teaching you inside of the program because it applies regardless of what season you are in your money journey. And then I'm going to be having a Q&A. We'll talk about the book. Whatever questions you want to ask me about the book, about money, I am literally going to be there on Zoom, and you get to ask me whatever question, and you get to decide what is going to help you. And you ask that so you can take it away and go do the crazy things you're meant to do in this world. And then after that, I'm going to have multiple women that they're going to be sharing how they have created their own recipe and are creating their own recipe for freedom of money and life using the same recipe that I share with you guys on day one. And then on the last day, which is our final day together, we're going to be hanging out. There's going to be giveaways and all this other stuff. My goal is that this week is going to be celebratory. It's going to be fun. It's going to be educational. It's going to be inspiring to you because I truly believe that your life matters. And I know that I have created what I want in my finances. And sometimes it's easy to think that, oh, maybe Latifah because she's GI. But no, I want you to hear from other women physicians that are from primary care, that are from surgery, that are single, married, divorced, every span of it, so that you can be inspired that even they can do it, you can do it too. So I would love to see you. I'm inviting you, if you're hearing this, to do two things. One is I want you to go take a break right now and go register. You can go moneyfitmd.com/book event. That's how you'll be able to get your free ticket to come join us inside the private pop-up Facebook that we're going to be using for this. And then I also want you to share that link and this episode with someone that you care deeply about. Because here's what the deal is. My thing is this: when we as physicians learn something great, we do not keep it to ourselves, right? Because that's just not who we are. We love to share, right? This is not a secret. I don't want any secrets when it comes to money and knowledge and wealth building, because when you are empowered, when someone else gets empowered, we literally are creating a domino effect where a kid somewhere that is yet to be born, their life gets to change because you shared a link with someone. Where a patient gets their life impacted because you shared a link with their doctor, who now has the tools to be able to have the freedom to be able to show up to work in her full self, knowing that she's there by choice, not because she has no choice. Do you see what I mean? So, in my opinion, this is a movement to liberate physicians, to equip us to be financially free in the true sense of the word, not one where we're following and pursuing a specific number, but one where what we're pursuing is our own lives, our own lived life, because we have this one life to live. And there's an urgency about our lives that I know for sure is true, because if we have learned anything out of from the pandemic, it's that life is too short for us to think we have all the time in the world to get our crap together, right? So I invite you to come hang out with us. It's an event. It's going to be amazing. I'm making it free for you. Do not by any chance think it's going to be crap or fluff. It's going to be impactful. And I know based on feedback from other ones in the past that the actions that women take during this live event has the potential to create a domino effect for themselves and their family. And that is what this is about. So thank you for listening to this episode. I hope that you're excited. I cannot wait to hear all the amazing things this book is going to do in the world through you. Again, it gets released May 2nd, but I loved and I would love for you to come join us inside our event that I'm making free for you. Bring a guest, come ready to learn, be inspired, and I cannot wait to hear all the amazing things you're going to create. Again, go to moneyfitmd.com/book event, right? If you have any trouble finding it, you can send me an email, drlatifat@moneyfitmd.com, or you can go on my website, moneyfitmd.com. Don't forget to register, share the link, share this episode with someone you love. And thank you so much. It is a joy of mine to be able to provide this to you guys. Thank you for being part of changing the world. You and I are going to do amazing things together, and I cannot wait to celebrate you. All right, love you guys, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.